Good afternoon. Here is the national news from BGI TV Current. I am Moriwe Rabila Lawal. First, the headlines. Be patient, palliative will come, Tinubu tells Nigerians. Zamfara bankrupt when I took over, Governor Lawal. Army declares war against bandits, dismisses amnesty for terrorists. Zuckerberg trains with Adesanya ahead of Musk. Now the news in detail. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu yesterday in Abuja urged Nigerians to exercise patience as the framework for palliative to ameliorate the hardship brought on by the petrol subsidy removal were being worked out. He, however, gave assurance that the decision was in the best interest of the country, especially in guaranteeing future prosperity. President Tinubu made this call when he received the class of 1999 governors, made up of 18 governors who were his contemporaries at the presidential villa Abuja. He appealed for more patience from Nigerians while assuring that the government will speed up the process and ensure a foolproof social security structure that will not be compromised, especially in cash transfer. I understand that our people are suffering, yet there can be no childbirth without pain. The joy of childbirth is the relief that comes after the pain. Nigeria is reborn already with fuel subsidy removal. It is the birth of country for the largest number over a few smugglers. Moving on to the next story. Governor Dauda Lawal of Zamfara State has said that the state has inherited world bankruptcy when it took over power. Lawal, who stated these on Wednesday evening in an interactive session with Zamfara professionals in Abuja, said that the state was in bad state when he assumed office. I believe in the history of our state. This is the first time where professionals and people of Zamfara State are here to interact. I'm delighted to hear some of the comments made. It is indeed incredible. The Zamfara State we inherited is in a bad state. At the time we took over, Zamfara was bankrupt with nothing left. It is a state where we inherited so many bad things, he said while responding to questions and comments from professionals from the state. The governor, however, gave assurance that things were going to change for the better. Lawal, who said he inherited a 3-month salary backlog with no single money to take care of civil servants, said when he took over, the West Africa Examination Council Waec exam was already over and the children were unable to sit for it. Fortunately for us, NECO, National Examinations Council, is about to start, and if we do not do anything, the children may not write the exam, he said. He said that though the state was owing Waec over 1.6 billion naira and the NECO about 1.4 billion naira, which had made the students unable to sit for the exams in the past, his government had recently paid off NECO's debts. This is something that is verifiable. Outside security, education is key because without education, we are going nowhere, he said. He said his government had commenced restructuring of primary schools and building the capacity of teachers to boost their productivity. He said when he came in, Zamfara had 28 ministries, which had now been reduced to 16 ministries. Moving on to the next story. The Chief of Army Staff, Major General Taoreed Lagbaja, has dismissed the idea of amnesty for terrorists, saying that the program instituted in most states failed to achieve its purpose. Information earlier reported that there has been call from different quarters from the federal government to negotiate and grant amnesty to terrorists, just like the Niger Delta militants. But Lagbaja explained that rather than repent, terrorists who benefit from such programs see it as an avenue to regroup and attack innocent citizens. Speaking with Zamfara State Governor Dauda Lawal when he paid him a courtesy visit in Abuja on Wednesday, Lagbaja assured Nigerians of a new strategy to address the issue. We have the issue of the amnesty program that has been instituted and has failed, not only in the north but also in many other states, Lagbaja said. I think we need to look at this issue of amnesty programs. The agreements have proven to be incorrigible, and so amnesty has created an avenue for them to reorganize and launch attacks on defenseless citizens. So I think we need to look at that. The army chief called on state government to support the military in actualizing their goal. Labaja maintained that the insecurity ravaging Zamfara was a mix of farmer-elder clashes, ethnic confrontations, and the quest for economic survival. Moving on to the next story. The member representing Tengaza Gudu Federal Constituency of Sokoto State in the House of Representatives, Honorable Sani Yakubu, said jihadists from Niger, Mali, and Libya and local bandits operating in Tengaza local government area of the state have imposed tax on farmers. Yakubu, who disclosed this while moving a motion on the floor of the House on Wednesday, said Tengaza Gudu Federal Constituency is surrounded by two forests, Tsauna Forest that stretches over to Guadabawa, Ilela, and Niger Republic, and Kunya Bana Forest, which stretches to Gudu and Niger Republic. The lawmaker said the terrorists hibernating there have joined forces, making it more difficult for the deployed security operatives to address the insecurity in the general area. Yakubu noted that considering the fact that the people of the area are predominantly farmers and cattle rearers, terrorists have vowed to stop this year's farming activities if the communities refuse to pay. Worried that the two forests house two terrorist groups, the Lakurawa, who claim to be jihadists from Niger, Mali, and Libya, and the local bandit terrorizing the area. The two used to be sworn enemies, but now have joined forces, making it more difficult for the deployed security operatives to address the insecurity in the general area. They stopped after the dastardly act. The terrorists launched another attack to prevent people from giving their loved ones a befitting burial. And to end today's national news is a sports story. Meta platform owner Mark Zuckerberg has been training with Nigerian mixed martial arts star Israel Adesanya in preparation for a proposed cage fight with Elon Musk. Zuckerberg, whose company owns Facebook and Instagram, recently launched a social media app Threads to rival Elon Musk's Twitter after both American tech billionaires called on each other out. The two agreed to an MMA fight last month and could meet in Ultimate Fighting Championship mega bout. While Musk has been pictured alongside UFC legend Georges St-Pierre and his longtime coach John Danaher, Zuckerberg has been preparing with the UFC champion Adesanya and Alexandra Volkanovich. UFC chief Dana White is confident that the fight will happen despite widespread doubt, and he has seen and even started selling t-shirts to promote the clash. Well, the sports story, we've come to today's end of national news from BGI TV Currents. Before we go, some headlines. Subsidy removal. Be patient. Palliative will come. Tinubu tells Nigerians. Zamfara bankrupts when I took over. Governor Lawal. And on sports, Zuckerberg trains with Adesanya ahead of Musk. For updates of our broadcast on YouTube, our handle is BGI TV Currents. Kindly subscribe and click on the notification bell, select option all to access all of our broadcasts. On Facebook, Bagede Imo with Alawi Adebayo. Please like and follow the page. For advert placement of your goods and services, coverage of events and functions, please dial the phone number streaming on your screen for advert placement only. Thank you for watching. I am Morire Rabila Lawal. Good afternoon.